welcome. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a great hour. It's going to be a great live. We're going to hang out. We're going to have fun. We're going to have coffee and conversation. I got things set up just a little bit different because you know what? It seems like I'm constantly trying to improve our live show here. And by constantly improving it, I am trying to move things around a little bit. Trying to move things around a little bit so then that way, oh, there we go. That way we can have a great time together. So I'm going to just move this around a little bit. So today is all about just conversation and hanging out and talking about fun stuff. And part of that fun stuff that we're going to be talking about is I got some new products from e.l.f. because you all know that I absolutely love e.l.f. I use their makeup all the time. I think it's a great product. It's very affordable. And I got some new stuff. So I'm going to share that with you. We're going to, gosh, what else are we going to do? Oh, we're going to talk about the 9 things that we're supposed to have for winter according to Vogue. So we have that coming up. We have just, I'm going to, I don't know if you remember, I'm always saying this. I'm always like, remember, remember, remember. But the other day, Aquaphor sent me a whole box of stuff. And what I'm going to be doing is, that's for the foot. They sent me a repairing hand mask. So I'm going to put this on because you're supposed to leave it on for 10 minutes. So somewhere during this this hour long live show, I am going to try out this hand mask. And that's it. I mean, gosh, all sorts of good things. Today's makeup is I took the inspiration from yesterday's makeup. The purple, I put the real purpley bold eyeshadow on yesterday. That was the e.l.f. liquid eyeshadow. That is me struggling to come up with the word that was in my brain, and that is why I talked incredibly slow there for a minute. But today I put on, this is from Jincy. They sent me all of this, and this color is Bronze Age. And so I went kind of along the same idea that I did yesterday, where I put it all on here and then I put a little bit underneath. But I wanted to do things just a little bit different because I'm always doing things different. And I actually put a little bit of the green e.l.f. Eyeliner, eyeshadow in the waterline on the bottom just to kind of give it a little pop. So I thought that was fun. And I'm going to say it again, and I say it all the time. Makeup is fun. You should have fun with makeup. You should try different things. You should experiment. If you don't like it, wipe it off. If you like it, wear it again. In fact, yesterday I had on the purple, and I went out and I did some filming, and I looked in the mirror and I didn't realize how much purple I had underneath. I don't know if you saw it on the video, but I looked in the mirror and I'm like, that's a lot of purple. I kind of almost had an Uncle Fester kind of vibe going on. So I'm in the dressing room and I'm like, trying to remove some of the purple under my eye. But you know, that's just the story of my life. I'm always doing something along those lines. So I am, y'all know, we've been talking about the submarine all week. We all know how it ended up. And, you know, that's the end of that story. My heart goes out to the families of those that were lost. And that, again, is the end of story. Now, some other things that are coming up. And I think that these are some interesting things. I carry makeup wipes for that reason. Well, you know what? I need to start doing that, Courtney, because my technique of trying to get the eyeshadow from underneath my eyes was not as effective as probably makeup wipes would have been. Good morning, Tracy. So some of the things that are going on in the world, and I thought that they were kind of interesting and interesting enough that I wanted to tell you about it because I want your input in it, and I want to know what you think about this. But I saw that the USDA has approved the manufacture of meat to where these labs are actually going to manufacture meat instead of getting meat from animals. And even saying these words, I gave myself the willies because I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat meat. And even if it's fake meat, I don't want to eat it. I'll eat a plant-based burger, but I don't know. I just don't think that I would eat meat even if it was grown in a lab. So that's the first that's the first question I am going to throw out there. If you were a vegetarian, would you eat fake meat, or would you, like me, just be like, I don't want meat, period? And also too, if you are a carnivore, if you're eating meat, would you eat fake meat? I don't know. I think it's a really interesting kind of subject that I'm seriously curious about. So Valerie says, "Good morning, all. I thought of a question. Courtney, how about one fun fact that we don't know about Lonni?" All right. There's a lot of fun facts that you don't know about me. Let's see. Fun fact. One fun fact is that I actually flew the Goodyear blimp. Not only was I in the blimp, but I actually got to fly it. And the way that happened is that I was dating a guy who owned a tire store, and his tire store sold a certain amount of tires. So what was done is that we got to go and fly in the Goodyear blimp. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the guy who is flying it, and you actually operate it with your feet. There's no steering wheel. It's like if you want to turn left, you like, or right, you just push the pedal accordingly. And so you're going like super slow. So I was really fascinated with that. And he's like, "Well, do you want to fly it?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." So he got up and I sat down in the little captain's chair, and I'm all like flying the Goodyear blimp with my feet. So I think that that's probably one of the more interesting facts about me, is the simple fact that I flew the Goodyear blimp with my feet. But it's you steer it with your feet, and it was just really cool. And it was like one of those once in a lifetime kind of experiences, because it was like being in the perfect place at the perfect time. And so there you go. Yeah. And you know what? And it was really cool. And it was just something that, like a past life. Now Tracy says, "I eat meat. I'd be curious to try it, but a little research first." Tracy, me too. And here's the thing. It's like, I know there's a brand out there called Anything But Meat, or something along those lines, where it's supposed to have the same texture as meat. It actually, if the burger's like kind of like, it's so gross, but it bleeds like meat. And I've tried eating that because I do eat plant-based foods. I have a plant-based chicken patty that I had yesterday for a chicken sandwich. But the Anything But Meat, whatever they put in it, just upsets my stomach. There's something that beyond meat. Yes, thank you, Lauren. I was like, I was thinking like, what's that one butter? It's like, I can't believe it's not butter. They should have one that says, "I can't believe it's not meat." But it's just something about it upsets my stomach. Okay, so I am going to share another story with you, and this one's super like, I'm kind of like about sharing this story with you, but it really is a part of my past life of who I was while I was actively drinking, but a very very unknown little fact about me is that I was actually in a, oh my gosh, this is cringy, but I'm going to say it. I was in a police chase and I was on the back of a Harley being chased by a cop. And I actually got, I had to sit there with my little hands up. And this is like a part of who I was before this version of Lonnie happened. So I don't share a whole lot of those cringy stories because I really didn't take very good care of myself. Yeah, I know. It was like, I remember sitting there and I'm on the back of the bike. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning and she's just got even cooler. Yeah, no, your girl here. I was so mad. I was so mad that he didn't pull over when the cop first tried to pull us over. And I didn't know if I was more scared or if I was more upset. No, it's the truth though. And the thing is like I do have a past. I have a really I have a colorful past. I mean, I used to try to get in fights with people, you know, and I had so much like I guess anger built up in me as soon as I started drinking. I was like, let's go, you know, and I got into a couple of fights, believe it or not. And it's just part of who I was. So sometimes people look at me and they're like, "Oh, she's so this and she's so that," and I am that now. But gosh darn it, I have some. I mean, I did some living, and it was just like I don't know. I've been thinking about telling you all this story for a while, but it's super like so against who I am right now. It's just kind of like so yeah, no, I not only did I fly the Goodyear blimp with one boyfriend, but I got chased by the police and had to hold up my hands because we all know what the police officer was holding when I was holding up my hands. But I did not get arrested and I did not get detained. I just got they took me home. Let's see. Why didn't the Harley guy stop? Why didn't oh because well the thing is that we were leaving a bar and we had been out drinking and he got pulled over for going too fast, but in knowing that he had been drinking he didn't want to get a DUI. So in his little minuscule brain, he thought he could outrun the police officer. Well, the police officer had different ideas, and the cop was like, "No, I'm going to pull you over." So it was like through residential areas. It lasted long enough for me to think like, "Oh my gosh, this is how I'm going to end." And so he just, like I said, he just didn't want to get that DUI, which he ended up getting anyway. And then he had avoid, you know, the whole evading arrest, I guess you could say. And then, yeah, so that was not fun. And then one time I was at an establishment. I'm going to try to say this next story in the most uncringy way I can. But another time I was at a bar and you drinking and driving, we are better than that now. Alluding, yes, he was alluding. And oh, so much. You know what? And that's just the whole thing. It's like back then, it's like during my depths of addiction, I didn't have enough value put on my life for me to be like, that is not the right thing to do. To me, it was like pedal to the metal. I don't really care about my quality of my life. And which really upsets me because I didn't even think about how that would have affected my children. So that kind of gives you an idea of where the depth of my thinking was. My thinking was about addiction, and which is one of the reasons why I was such a horrible mother while I was drinking. But it's like stepping back and looking at who I was then, I have to tell you right now, not only would I have not gotten on the back of that motorcycle, but I never would have dated that guy. And who I am now, I wouldn't have picked any of my boyfriends that I had back then because I value who I am more. I never, when I was drinking, you basically, what I'm trying to say is that you seek what you find, and what I was looking for was chaos, and what I found was chaos. And so that was just basically the whole story of my life was chaotic. So one more story, and then I'm going to move on, and I'm going to put my mask, my little hand mask on. But one time I was at a bar, and a motorcycle club came rolling in, and I'm not talking about a one of those nice clubs. This was an outlaw club, and one of the guys decided that he was going to pick up on me. And I'm like, I was like, oh, I can handle this. And so my friend was like, no, you need to go. You need to go now. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I left and I went to another place. I was, and it's truthfully, the cringiness of this whole story is that I was drinking and I was driving. So I'm just going to say it right now. And I went to another place, and they followed me. And I'm like, oh no, something is way wrong. So they were trying to get in, and the bouncers were trying to keep them out. They called the police. During the mayhem, I snuck out the back, went home, and I really didn't think much of it. I mean, that was just like another day in the life of Lonni. But about a week later, maybe 10 days later, I was watching the news, and the guy that was trying to pick up on me actually got arrested for murder. And I'm like, ooh, if that didn't give me a warning to maybe I needed to change my lifestyle, then it was like, I don't know. It went from that, and even from that level, it went down. And so when I say that I am on a new path with a new resolve, this is 100% yes, Lauren. And it was, I still remember sitting there and I was watching the news, and literally my jaw hit the ground and the reason that I know it was exactly him is because they had like code names, and they said his code name. So I was just like, it is insane, Courtney. But that's just the thing. It's like, my prior Lonni is so full of near misses. It's insane. And I think that that's probably one of the reasons why when like people give me like negative comments and stuff, it doesn't really bother me, because I have lived the kind of life where it's like I've walked I keep saying this, but a very colorful life. So let's see here. Thank God I stopped. No kidding. Tracy wants to know how long I've been a vegetarian. So I got these little gloves out because I'm not going to talk about any more cringy past life stories because it's giving me a stomach ache. But I took these out of the bag. And what it is that it looks like these are like those kind of gloves like when you're washing your dishes. And so I'm going to stick this in here. Gosh, let's see. It's, okay, we take that off. Oh, okay. No, I went the wrong way. So I'm supposed to take this. I don't even know how to open these. I guess I should read the instructions. It says, apply to clean hands. My hands are clean. Slip gloves into. How do you slip your glove? Am I supposed to? Oh, tear this. Oh, tear this. Oh, okay. You're supposed to tear it at the notch. So I can't tear it. So I am going to cut it with my scissors. So anyway, that brings me to a story of some guy on Instagram yesterday. So creepy. I got to tell you, sometimes people it's just insane. So ooh. And then you take this. Oh, okay. So you take this and then you make it all tight. So I have on my, ooh, it feels pretty good. Okay, so yesterday on Instagram, I'm sitting there, and I did my post. It's the same posts that I put here on YouTube. And some guy comes up and he gives me a comment. And his comment is, let's see, I'm going to look this up before I put my other glove on. So his comment starts, hold on. His comment starts of, let's see, he started off with, okay, so it says cute, but stop begging for attention. You're good. And I'm like, they would do. It says, okay, Tracy says, Lonni, I think your hair is so great. Have you ever spiked it? I'd love to see it. My hair, Tracy, my hair is super heavy and thick, and it doesn't really, it doesn't spike up very well. So at 9:31, I'm going to take my gloves off, and it just gets really kind of crazy. Hold on. Yep, going the wrong way. Don't try this at home, kids. Actually, yes, you can try this at home. All right, so that didn't go very far. There. So for 10 minutes, I'm putting this on, and then we're going to see. Okay, so Mr. Cringy, he starts off on, oh gosh darn it. He starts off with cute, but stop begging for attention, you're good. So I responded because I was in a mood where I just didn't feel like having some guy tell me what to do yet once again. And so I responded back just as a joke, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. Do more videos, try to get more attention. Thanks for the tip. I just something like that, because I wanted to respond, but I didn't want to, give him too much of my energy. And then instantly he was like, oh my gosh, we'd be perfect together. And I'm like, what? And he went along and he started like leaving comments on every single video. And I'm like, this is starting to not be very cool. So I ignored him because I wasn't going to give him any more energy. And all of a sudden he's like, hello, why are you ignoring me? Hello, boo. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? So I looked at his username, and oh my goodness, you're going to just, I don't know if I really want to, I'm going to say his username, but it is a little offensive. But his little profile, his, it says, be honest, and I don't want to say the word because it's derogatory to women. So I'm going to say something similar, and you're going to get what I'm saying. It says, be honest, shut. And I'm like, oh no, you're not going to call women that and then be stalking my page. So, I blocked him. And I'm kind of critical on Instagram sometimes, but once I block him, all of his comments disappear, so I don't have to look at that anymore. But I'm just like, let's see, I'm so sick and tired of them not shutting the F up. Yes, Courtney, I know, in the whole mansplaining thing. And here's the thing, it's like, guys, sometimes, and there's a lot of nice guys out there. I'm not going to man bash because I don't want to, because I don't like people lumping anybody into any sort of category. But there is a certain type of guy out there who thinks that they can come in like riding a horse and swinging around, and they can be rude. And they think just because they're giving you attention that it's okay to be rude. And I'm like, Have you read the room, dude? I mean, have you followed me at all? Have you seen any of my posts? Am I giving off any sort of energy that screams like I am looking for a guy to tell me what to do? I mean, if that's the case, I'll toughen it up a little bit. But to me, it's like there's nothing about my personality and there's nothing about my persona that ever I would think would ever give anybody the indication that they can come in being rude, and I would be okay with that. And it just, I don't know, maybe they're so self like absorbed that they can't see past their own like bravado. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then just think about it. Maybe there is a gal out there who's dating, and I mean, he wasn't an offensive looking guy, but maybe she's like, oh, this guy seems nice. And then he's going to be like that and treat her like that. And I'm just like, ugh. So, and it's not so much a man thing. It's just like, I guess that's why I don't date, because I see things like that and I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine on my own. I'm not going to put myself into that sort of predicament. But I just think, I just think it's funny because, like I say, a lot of times I have so many like stories to fall back on of my life of who I was that people like this are just like, it's like one of those little gnats flying by and you don't even pay attention to it. You're just like, there's a gnat. And that's just kind of how it is. So I do want to give you an update on my Jergens. Remember and I did it again. I'm like, remember? But the other day I was at Walmart, like about a couple of weeks ago, I was at Walmart and I found this Jergens, this natural glow. This is the stuff that you put on in the shower once you're done, and you put it on and then you don't rinse it off and then you just towel dry off. And I was a little skeptical going into it. I didn't know if it was actually going to work or not. But I've been using it. I don't use it every single day, but I use it about every other shower. And I've noticed a difference. And I actually was looking down at my legs today and I'm like, I have a nice little tan happening on my legs. And I was pretty excited about that. So then I decided that I really like this product. I really like the idea of having that tan. Does anybody remember what time I was supposed to take my gloves off? I got to talking. I think it was like 9:30, something like that. So because I was supposed to leave it on for 10 minutes, and that's just the life. That's just the story of my life. I forget things like that. So anyway, so I really like it. I like the idea of the tan that is not super, 9:30. Okay, thank you. 9:31. You guys are the best. You are the best. So I have just a few more minutes. So I decided to get the Jergens for your face. That's what I'm trying to say. And if y'all have any questions, just ignore me. Oh, Lauren, I'm sorry. Tracy says the same thing. So we have Lauren, we have Valerie, we have Courtney, and we have Tracy, who's all paying attention way more than I am. So getting back to this, I found it on Amazon, but they have the same kind of lotion for your face. And I decided to give that a go because I like to have a little bit of a, like, I've been out in the sun kind of look, but I don't want the sun damage and I don't want to go out in the sun and I don't lay out in the sun anymore. You said 9:08. No, you said 9:30. Oh, you did say 9:08. You're way off. Yeah, you're way off, Lauren, but that's okay. So I'm doing the Jergens. Courtney says, how often do you do slugging and how many times a week? I do slugging every night. And here's the thing. It's like, because remember I was all about like slugging and I'm like, it's great. It works. It's wonderful. You got to keep it up. Well, I absolutely love it. There's no reason why I should have stopped, but I stopped when I started doing the Pond's cold cream. All right, because I did the Pond's cold cream, I did the Noxzema, and then Kathy, hello, Kathy. Um, I am so glad you made it. So I was doing the Pond's cold cream, the Noxzema, and then the Pond's cream. And I was using the Pond's moisturizing cream instead of slugging because it's just what I did for the morning live show, and I kept on doing it. And the other day I was at the gym and I was looking at my neck, and I felt like my neck was going back to the way that it looked before I started slugging my neck. So I was like, why did you stop? And then, oh yeah, I forgot about the cold cream. I know. And I'm like, Lenny, why'd you stop the slugging? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, you need to start slugging again. And so what I do, and here's my current skincare routine at night, is I put on the Pond's cold cream, and then I get the nice warm cloth and I wipe it off. I wash my face with Noxzema. Do you like how my gloves? I'm like, and then I wash my face with Noxzema. I wipe it off. Then I put on just a little bit of the Pond's moisturizer, and I slug right on top of that. And I slug my face. I slug my neck. And here's the thing: oh, I'm gonna take this off while I talk. Here's the thing is I have noticed, especially when I was at the gym, because I've started wearing shorts to the gym, that my skin was getting a little crepey on my thighs. Okay, so hold on. What's the next thing we do? It says peel off sticker on tab and secure. Okay, leave it on for 10 minutes, then remove gloves and massage excess product into skin. Rinsing is unnecessary. Enjoy the smooth, healthy looking skin. I got to tell you, there's a lot of products on my hands, but it's not bad. It feels very soft. So what I'm doing, yes, and they do give a Michael Jackson thing. So back to my routine. Pond's cold cream, Noxzema, a little bit of the moisturizer, and then I'm slugging my face and my neck. Now, my legs. I noticed that my legs are getting crepey on my thighs, and I'm starting to slug my thighs also. So what I do is after I do my face and my neck, I'm getting a little bit of, I have Mad Rabbit lotion in my bathroom, and I get a little bit of lotion, and then I put some Vaseline in that. I rub it together, and I've been putting that on my legs because what I want to do is I want to pack in that moisture in my skin where my skin is getting a little crepey. And so, again, I have 58-year-old skin, and it's not going to, I'm not opposed to it. I don't not like my skin. But if I can add a little bit extra moisture to it to help it along, I'm definitely going to do that. Now my hands feel very, they feel soft. Not really sticky. They feel soft. Lots of product was in there, and it was fun. And it definitely was enough product that you can put it on your arms, and I even put some on my legs. So that was fun. So night cream, that's what I do with that. I have my Jergens coming. I found some on Amazon, and I was super excited about that. Now, we are going to look at some new e.l.f. products because they have some new stuff out that I'm going to be trying, and I want to show you what I got. So we are going to move this because I'm all fancy with my technology. Tracy says, how do you keep from getting the Vaseline all over your pillow? I got it everywhere, but I really like the results. I put just enough on my face to to rub it in. And truthfully, I guess maybe I sleep on my back because I've never noticed like a whole lot of like staining on my pillow. But I put it on, and then you see, because I usually go in and wash my face, and then I turn in for the night. But when I turn in for the night, I still work on my computer for probably about another hour or so. So maybe it has like absorbed into my skin enough to not get up on my pillow. So you might want to try getting like all your makeup off and washing your face and doing your skincare maybe an hour before you go to bed, and then go to bed, and maybe that will again have absorbed enough. But if I have to change my pillowcase every single day, I'll do it because the results really are amazing. And so far, out of all the products that I've tried, either expensive or not expensive, I think that the Vaseline, the slugging, has helped especially my neck area the most. And I highly recommend that if you have not. Okay, so let's look at some new e.l.f. stuff, and I'm going to show you which one I bought. So hang on, because technology coming through in 3, 2, 1. Boink, I love it. I love our new little high-tech gizmo. Okay, so some of the new stuff that e.l.f. has coming out is they have some new, it's called Sun Touchable Invisible Sunscreen. I have not tried that one. What I have tried, Tracy says I may have put too much on, obviously. Yeah, you know what? And here's the thing too, Tracy, is if you want to, because for the slugging and everything that I've read, you're supposed to put on your facial moisturizer just like normal, and then you slug on top of that. So maybe put on your moisturizer and then your Vaseline, maybe not just as much, and see if that works better also. So they have this new sunscreen coming out. I love their Whoa Glow. This one is a little bit more of like all over sunscreen. I haven't tried it yet. The reviews are no reviews in yet because they haven't even launched it yet. Now, if you like e.l.f. like I do, and you decide that you want to start getting some e.l.f. products, I 100% recommend downloading their app, because what you can do is, whether you buy their products from them or you buy your products from like Target or CVS or something like that, you can scan in your receipt and they'll give you credit for that. And you get all sorts of like discounts, you get free products. And then also too, what you get is you get early access to things that aren't even available on the like CVS or online. And it's been a really cool way for me to be able to try out new stuff at, again, they give you discounts all the time. So if you're going to be trying any of these products, I 100% say download the app. Even Courtney says the app is great. And then you go from there because you get some discounts. And you know what? Discounts are good. So they have this 17-piece ultimate brush set. Their brushes are really good also. And I have some of them. Now, one thing that I did get yesterday is this Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. And the colors that they have, let's see, select a shade. They have medium tan, fair. I got the fair. And the reason that I got the fair is because I want this to be as bright as possible, and I'll be putting it underneath makeup or anything like that. But this goes right along with the Maybelline, that pink concealer. I want this area here to be as bright as possible. And if they have something that's going to do that, I'm going to be all about it. So go back. Okay, so I ended up getting that one, and it was $6. So I'm like, yay, $6. And then another thing I got was this liquid poreless putty primer. Try saying that 10 times fast, because it is the same thing. I've tried the primer. I did a makeup tutorial with y'all one morning, and they have the primer, but it's in a case, and you need a brush, and then you put it on. They have it now in a liquid form, which I'm super excited about because it seems to me it's going to be a little bit lighter. And I thought that this would be really fun to try out. So I got that. And then another thing that I got is this Squeeze Me Lip Balm. They have been out of this for a very long time. And the color that I got was this one here, the grape. And you can see right here, they give you like a little idea of what the color is going to be. And I thought that that was a really pretty shade of purple, and kind of to give you an idea here. So $4, I grabbed that one. Like I said, when I first found that one, it was out of stock. All of them were out of stock. So I was really happy to see that I could get that one. Now, here's the little halo glow sticks that I use a lot. I absolutely love these. They add a little bit of highlight all around your face wherever you want to put them. Valerie says their prices are great. They are. And that's just the whole thing. It's like, to me, and you already know, I'm completely honest with you all. I wouldn't tell you to wear a makeup brand that I did not enjoy wearing. And I absolutely love their brand. I never feel like it's super heavy. The products that I pick don't make my wrinkles stand out anymore. And I don't have anything bad to say about it. Now, these beauty wands are super cool. They were out instantly, so they're back in stock. NYX primers too. The marshmallow primer from NYX is great. Really? I haven't tried that. You know what? I'll have to give that one a go. And then they have like little sets like this that actually is pretty cool. And then they have the little color correcting that you can use. So I'm not a real big expert on what color offsets what color. I do know that the green, if you have like any red splotches on your face, I know that the green will color correct that. So you can get this, like if you have like red blotches on your cheeks or wherever on your face, if you just put it right on those red spots and then you put your foundation over the top of it, it's going to take that red spot away. So, $4, again, you can't beat it. And then I've been hearing pretty good things about their mascara also. I don't have them, but I've been hearing some pretty good things about it. But those are the new things that I purchased from e.l.f. So when I get them, I will definitely try them on with you, and I'm excited to see what that is. And then also too, and then we have to get to the Vogue's 9 things for winter. But I have been seeing all over TikTok there's this new combination of liner and lipstick. It is a MAC product, and it's supposed to give you the perfect nude lip. I keep on saying that I'm stuck with this lipstick, and I 100% love this lipstick. Do not think for a minute that I am changing it because I don't love this. This is my go-to favorite. This is the Been There Plum That. But if I see something new that looks pretty interesting, I'm going to try it. And what it is, it's a combination of the chestnut lip liner and then the Velvet Teddy matte lipstick. And everything that I saw, every TikTok that I saw, it absolutely was a beautiful nude lip. So of course, this is me. I ran over to the MAC website, and I had some discounts there, and I got it. So when I get that in, I think I'm going to do a video of an unboxing video, and I'm going to try it, and I'm going to see if I can't give myself the perfect nude lip, because besides my this color here, I think it would always be nice to have a this in to have a nude lip. Okay, I have to show you something. I'm starting to move into some more nudes and lighter color for summer. Yeah, I think that that would be, Courtney, I think if this works out, it's going to be a really good one. Now, I just want to show you something really quick. And I want to see if I can do this here. New window. I am going to show you. No, that's not going to work out. Okay, so let's get right on over to Vogue and let's see the 9 things that we need for winter. Now, I know it's just summer and it's hot and we're all like, oh my gosh, how can you even think about winter? But just like those Uggs that I told you about yesterday, if you want a pair of what were they called? The Ultra, I just had it right here. You know, the ones that Gigi Hadid are always wearing. If you want those, you have to get them now, and you have to get them from the Uggs website because they are going to be sold out again, and then we're going to be sad. And this is the 3rd year in a row. Let's see here. Try Perla by Stella for a nude. It's pink based. Ooh, I will definitely try that one too. You have all sorts of good ideas. Okay, so the 9 winter 2023 trends to wear and shop now, according to Vogue, is the first and foremost, it's going to be padded versus puffer. So the sporty puffer jacket now has a stylish relative, a padded coat. Insulated and warm like the puffer, the padded coat is softer, less technical take on the winter style, but proves just as warm option. To me, I'm going to be completely honest with you, padded, puffer, poofy, I don't really care. I think they're all the same thing. If you have a padded jacket, great. If you have a puffer jacket, I think that that's fine too. And here's the thing, it's like I sometimes think like they like come up with a new variation of the same thing just to get us to run out there and buy new things. Just like last year when I was doing this, they're all like, get rid of your faux leather jackets and get real leather jackets. And I'm like, no, nobody knows the difference. If I'm walking down the street in a faux leather jacket, nobody is going to know that that's not a leather jacket. So sometimes with trends, we have a tendency to get really caught up and just be like, oh my gosh, I have to have this because I want to stay in trend. Well, you know what? Nobody's going to know the difference between a padded jacket and a puffer jacket. So I say, get a puffer jacket, get a padded jacket. Doesn't matter. Just get that one. Okay. Much mohair. Apparently mohair now is very, very popular. And the question is, what's mohair? Does anybody know? Okay. We're going to have to figure out what mohair is here really quick because it sounds, let's see, because I don't really know what the difference between mohair, cashmere. What is mohair? Let's figure out what mohair is. A mohair is a soft wool that comes from the hair of an Angora goat. Okay, just like the padded jacket and the puffer jacket, mohair sounds great. I mean, an Angora goat sounds very cute. There's a picture here. Let me show you. Let me show you this little Angora goat because it's pretty darn cute. See? That's what an Angora goat sounds like. It's woolish. Yeah. You know what? It's wool. It's like fluffy. So get yourself a fluffy sweater. There you go. If you can't, or if you don't want to wear mohair, that's perfectly fine. But a fluffy sweater is definitely going to be in. Whether it is a sweater, a skirt, a vest, get something fluffy and mohair-like. There you go. It says, be the scarf. We've seen winter coats affixed with built-in scarves, which we have seen because I've seen them on the H&M website. But how about skirts, sweaters, and capes, like blanket skirts or scarf wraps? The cozy accessory has found itself in more than just outerwear. So basically, it has like a skirt with a wrap. I didn't realize Angora was a goat. No, it's see because there's an Angora rabbit, but I think that they probably have an Angora goat because that's what it just said. So maybe it's their like maybe it's the type of fur they have that turns it into a mohair. So I guess they had to say because if it was like an Angora sweater, which is rabbit, and they said like an Angora skirt, but it came from a goat, they had to give it a new name. That's what I'm assuming. And don't quote me on that because I literally just made up that fact. But I think it makes sense. Okay, so it also says long skirts all day long for long wear. So long skirts are in because we've had mini skirts, we've had midi skirts, and now we have long skirts. Then we're going to go back to midi, then we're going to go to mini, then we're going to go back to long. To me, skirt lengths, some might be to me, they just never go out of style. I can wear a midi length skirt all day long, just as much as I can a long length skirt, just as much as I can a mini skirt. To me, it's going to depend on the skirt, the style, and how you style it with whatever you're wearing. So I 100% say get a skirt. Longer ones are in for winter. Courtney says, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Tracy says, yeah, I love blanket skirts. See, I don't have any, but I think if I find one when I'm out and about, I'll probably pick one up because I think it would be really cute with boots and then a nice chunky sweater. So the next thing they said is hibernation station. Spending a winter mountain or countryside. Spending the winter mountain or countryside. Be sure to bring along a cozy cable knit sweater, or like a vest, or they have like a cozy sweater, which was kind of vague. I mean, hibernation sweater. To me, it's like a cozy sweater. It's a nice jacket. Just again, that kind of makes sense. It's winter time, so you want to have warm clothes. Let's see, big time faux fur, which I'm all about. So faux everything, faux jacket, faux vest. Faux fur is going to be all the rage during the winter time, and I am 100% with that. It says, I feel like a black maxi skirt is the closet must have. Absolutely, Courtney. You know what? But a little black dress is also a little black dress, a pair of black pants, and a long black skirt. 100% is a must have for your closet. Okay, so cargo pants are going to be all the rage this winter also. And it's going to go from the lightweight cargo pants that we're wearing in the summer, in the fall, to more of jeans. So if you find yourself in some place and you can find a pair of cargo jeans that fit you, that you like, grab them because they are going to be they're going to be everywhere this winter. And cargos and pockets have been, hold on here, something happened. Cargo pants with just pockets have been popular for a really long time. So grab yourself some cargo pants. Now, next thing that they said is novelty cardigans. And I think we all need fun cardigans. And if we listen to the lady that I was responding to yesterday, we wouldn't be able to wear this trend because cardigans over dresses is a no-no in her world. And you can have really cute little fun novelty cardigans at any age. They're going to be popular during the winter time, and I think they just give your outfit a nice little pop. So find yourself some cardigans and absolutely 100% wear those. Now, the next one is sparkled staples. So basically easy to wear silhouettes with long sleeves midi dresses or turtleneck tops stand out in a new way this winter with metallic threads. So for a very subtle sequin kind of look, which is cool. You know what? It's like, I love sequins. I think sequin pants are cool. I think sequin skirts are cool. But if you don't want to go over the edge and go for that full sequin look, get yourself a little metallic piece, whether it's a sweater, a dress, a vest, but get yourself a little sparkle with some metallic threading in your sweater. And those were the 9 things. And out of those 9 things, I don't really think that there's anything like too new or to stand out. A lot of it is what we were already doing. And to me, that's good in some ways and it's not good in other ways. I mean, we can take those things that we've been wearing in our closet and rewear them and just put them in different ways. And so when you're out and you're shopping, if you're thrifting and you find yourself a really cool faux fur jacket, grab it. It's going to be popular. Get those cargo pants, wear your cardigans. And to me, uh, maybe I'm the only one that thinks like this, but to me, it's like trends are fun to look at, but I'm going to wear what I want to wear, whether or not they're supposed to be trendy or not. And I think so long as your outfit is put together, I think that that's what's important, and that's all I'm going to say on that. So, anybody got any questions? Anybody else want to know anything else about yours truly? Now's the time to do it because I'm not going to be back until Monday, and I was thinking you was what's NL? I don't know what that is. I'm not that cool. So you have to help me out on that one. What does that mean? Um, so funny story though is when I first started doing social media and I first started doing my lives, I had no idea what a lot of the slang was for a lot of things, and I was just like answering things, and people were like, "Don't answer that. You don't. You're going to get yourself in trouble. Don't answer that." And I'm like, oh, there's a hidden meaning behind everything. And so now it's like whenever I'm doing a live, if I don't know what something means, I'll be like, I'm just not that cool. And that's just the simple fact of it is that I'm just not that cool. Um, I have very colorful life stories, but I'm just not that cool. So I do have some exciting stuff. Hold on. I spoke too soon. I want to tell you about some videos that I'm working on that I am going to be I don't know what that is. Oh, there are no rules. Absolutely, Tracy, there are no rules. So let me tell you about some of the videos I got working on because I'm really super excited. So today I am finishing up my anthropology shopping trip. I went to anthropology and I wanted to compare it to Free People. And I'm doing my video in a little bit different style on this one. So I'd be really curious as to your comments and whether or not in my fashion world. Absolutely. It shouldn't be in anybody's fashion world, my friend. So I'm really curious as to the way that I recorded this video, what your thoughts are on this one. Because what I did is I did the introduction and then I went in and I filmed the entire store and then I gave my review of the store and the things that I saw. So that one is coming out today. And again, I would love your comments on just your feedback on if you like that kind of style of editing and recording. And then for tomorrow, I'm working on getting out my day in the life because I filmed my entire Tuesday. You hung out with me all day on Tuesday from 4 o'clock in the morning until I went to bed at night. So that one, I am going to be having that one out hopefully tomorrow. Sunday is my weekly style vlog of everything that I wore during the week. And then yesterday I went and filmed at H&M. I actually found some of those things that we looked at yesterday. So I tried them on. I'm not going to tell you what I thought about them because it would be a spoiler alert. But I did end up buying 2 pairs of shorts. So I shopped with that. Now, here's with this one, because I have been going in and I have been filming my shopping adventures and I have been filming myself in the dressing room, nothing weird, when I have the clothes on. But it's really hard to get a good angle and sometimes it's a little awkward talking to yourself in the dressing room. So I did it a little bit differently. And what I did is I tried it on and then I took a picture. So I have lots of pictures of me wearing the items. But what I forgot is that I don't take very good pictures. while I can be on video all day long, my pictures have a tendency to look a lot like that. I am serious. You know what? And that's just the whole thing. It's like when I was taking the pictures, I'm like, oh, this is great. Yeah, this is really nice. This is going to look cute. And then when I look back on the pictures I took, it's like something happens. And I'm all like, I have no chin. And I'm just like, why, Lonnie? Why? Why do you look like that? Why didn't you look at the camera? Why didn't you smile? You know what? It's like apparently I close my eyes a lot when I'm taking pictures because I'm doing this. So I'm still going to do the video. I'm still going to show my pictures. I am just telling you right now that I don't take very good pictures, and this is actual proof. So I did that. And then tomorrow I'm actually heading out to do some more filming, and I'm going to Orange County, and I'm going to a Goodwill in a very expensive area. And I'm excited about that because I want to see what kind of stuff that these rich people donate. And I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. And then while I'm in Orange County, I'm going to stop at a Nordstrom's Rack and I'm going to film there. So those are some of the videos that are coming up. I am going to be going to San Francisco on Tuesday. So I'm going to be filming my day in San Francisco. And I'm also going to be filming in the barbershop of me getting my hair buzzed. So I'm super excited about that. And that is everything that's going to be happening in the life of Lonni. So today was fun. I mean, I had my coffee. We got to look at some new elf makeup. I told you some cringy stories about me. I told you some good stories about me. Yeah, and it was just a lot of fun. And I hope that you all enjoyed hanging out with me because I know that I sure enjoy hanging out with you. My hands are very soft, and so I'm excited about that. Don't forget to slug. Slugging is super important. It really does work. It really does help. And please remember not only to slug, but to drink a lot of water and to wear sunscreen, especially on this area. We forget about it, and it's very important to keep our skin hydrated and moisturized and safe. And then, oh gosh, next Friday, we're going to the doctor's together too. I forgot about that. I have some spots on my neck that need to get checked out. So I am going to take you with me, and we are going to the doctor's next Friday. So we got all sorts of good stuff coming up. Great life today. I love Fridays. You know what, Courtney? So do I. I really do look forward to Fridays. For me, they're the most stress-free. They're the most exciting. And you know what? And it's really weird, and I'm going to tell you this really quick just to end because I want you to know this internal struggle that I'm having. Tracy, thank you. I sometimes like when I share my past, it gets to be like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have shared that story. And I think part of my healing journey is actually being able to talk about my past without having it reflect on who I am today. Because I mean, it's been quite a journey living this life. And so I thank you for listening to my stories with casting no judgment. And yeah, so there you go. There's my outpouring of honesty for the day. And there you go. All right, I am going to head off. I'm going to go take my puppy dog for a walk before it gets too hot because the sun is actually out. And we're supposed to be having some warm weather, and I'm excited about that. So until Monday. Oh, what are we doing on Monday? Monday, you know what, this week is a little difficult with the whole San Francisco thing. I think I'm just going to share some recipes with you. give you some ideas about like if you want to explore going into being a vegetarian, like some good alternative ways of getting protein, some great vegetarian recipes. Now that I have this dual screen where you can see things that I'm talking about, it's going to be easier for me to share recipes with you. And I think that that's what we're going to do on Monday. So instead of me actually sitting here cooking, I'm going to share recipes with you. I have one in mind that I want to try. So I'll probably put it together and try it with you live on Monday. So there you go. No more talking. No more talking. I'm going to go enjoy the sun. I'm going to take my dog for a walk. Love you dearly. Remember, be bright, be bold, be brave. I love you all. Tracy, thank you so much. Courtney, you're amazing. Have a great weekend, everybody. Tina, I am sorry you didn't make my live, but just know you're an important part. Kelly, I hope you're doing well. Everybody, love you dearly, and I will see you on Monday.